Greeting gauge and salutations, my spooky comrades. This is Orbital Lance, I'm the Orbital Lancer, and it's time for Monster Con. I am a huge fan of Monster Prom, and I was a medium-sized fan of Monster Prom 2, and a gigantic fan of Monster Prom 3, and this is Monster Prom 4 Monster Con. It's the same basic premise as the original Monster Prom, but it's set at a convention, so in some ways it's I guess you could call it a sequel or a level pack. I do think that, I feel like they kind of perfected the form with Monster Prom 3, which was the Monster Road Trip, which it was kind of like, it's kind of like they designed an endless mode, but there was an ending, and it was more about juggling your stats than it was about who you go on a date with, but it was still wonderful. Anyway, I'm going to play Monster Prom now. This is the demo of it. You can wishlist it on Steam right now, which I heartily recommend. I will say that I don't know what's going to happen here. Monster Prom can get a little spicier than a lot of the other games I play. I know I'm kind of a G to PG, maybe PG-13 rated person. Every once in a while, though, Monster Prom will drift into R territory, but because that's the kind of thing that it's making fun of. So just watch with caution and be warned. There will probably be some swearing, some language, but it's gonna be mostly cartoonish. And it's just a demo, so who knows? How many? There's just one. Ah, it's you. Welcome to the demo to Monster Prom 4, Monster Con. That's right, I forgot. A previous game revealed that the narrator has a super buff, statuesque body. Is he actually a statue? Are they a statue? I don't know. I don't know if we have the narrator. I mean, the narrator presents male. I don't know if those are his pronouns. Is this... I don't know if this spot's really gonna do for... Let me move my camera up here. Hopefully that'll keep me out of the line of text. Welcome to the demo to Monster Prom 4 Monster Con. Monster Con goes back to our original formula, a multiplayer dating sim where you can date monsters. Be your worst self. But it spices up the recipe with a bunch of new exciting mechanics, such as creating your own comic. Sounds fun. Keep in mind that this demo is like a small but delicious slice of a much bigger cake. It's missing some exciting stuff that'll be in the final game. New and upcoming mechanics such as the comic, conversations, sound effects, most of the music, wonderful secret endings, etc. This demo showcases one main turn to give you a taste of the narrative and the main characters. That sounds perfect to me. Who are these main characters, you may ask? Let's take a quick look at them. Zoe, an eldritch cutie who went from endless deity and harbinger of destruction to author of the renowned fanfic, Liam Prom. A fanfic based on her friend Liam Lioncourt? Oh, Liam de Lioncourt, yeah. 400-something, a hipster vampire whose standoffish demeanor hid the fact that he was truly a lovable dork. Doug Campbell, a kind-hearted slime and an avid collector of fandom merch, no matter the state of his bank account. Omen, an evil overlord who was recently freed from imprisonment in exchange for giving up her passion for stabbing people. I do love evil overlords. Nico Sharp, an over-the-top mimic who preferred cosplay over shapeshifting, even if they weren't always the best at getting into character. And April 1st, that's nice, a clown idol who's contractually obligated to bottle up all her non-camera ready emotions inside cute mascots. Okay, just time out for a second. I'm kind of against the monster clown deal. Like, clowns aren't monsters. They're delightful, mischievous folks who like telling jokes and entertaining people and making the world a little more magical. Yeah, so sure, Stephen King wrote a spooky story with a clown, and then the Joker, you know, a clown who romanticizes needing mental health. But I don't like monster clowns. Having said that, it doesn't look like she's actually a monster. She might just be a clown who's here and everyone's assuming she's a monster. Did any of them catch your attention? Well, like I said, I do love evil overlords. I hope to be one someday. We hope this slice of cake we've prepared for you proves to be so appetizing you'll consider buying or wishlisting the full game. In any case, thanks for spending some time to check out our weird little game. Now, go enjoy the con. Blue. You play as Blue. Blue is my favorite character. Wait a second, champ. Yeah, no need to rush into this. We're here to give you some tips on how to do cons the right way. I love Gen Con. I go to Gen Con in Indianapolis almost every year. I missed last year. It's just getting so expensive, you know, parking, hotels. Think of it like some sort of tutorial. I see that sly look on your face, you eldritch monstrosity, you. You could use a tutorial, main activity. The main activity of a con is finding love. Yeah, I know it isn't really, but this is Blue we're talking about. Blue, I appreciate playing Blue. Blue is my favorite player character from this franchise. I prefer her name Victoria, or Vicky. Look at her. She's probably aiming to get a date at the big end of con party. Why did you capitalize the S at the end there? Yeah. Yes, the silence speaks volumes. Well, if you want to get a date, you'd better get to know the other person and what they look for in a potential partner. Exactly. Do they share dreams and fears? Are your visions of the world in sync? Are your souls truly compatible? Too complicated. Let's say someone's personality can be defined through 5 traits: smarts, boldness, creativity, charm, and fun. No money? Okay. Okay, interesting. What is that? Let's call them stats. It sounds cooler and more video gamey. A tad reductive, but let's work with that. Then you have to ask yourself, is your fun high enough for someone who loves to party? Is your boldness low enough for someone who likes peace and quiet? Everyone has their standards, stat standards. All this is super useful and allows you to understand the main goal of this game. But keep in mind, you won't get to that point of the game in this demo. By the way, since I'm here, if you press Tab, you can access useful info, and by pressing H or mouse wheel up, you can now consult the dialogue history. Oh, good. Hey, dialogue history. Excellent. Con turn, Blue's turn. Liam and Zoe tutor you how to play this game. Okay. So we're getting some story headers. Tab. What's the useful info? Okay. None. I don't know what those mean yet, but I'm sure it is useful. You're welcome. There's more stuff to keep in mind, but let's cover that later, okay? There was a panel I wanted to check out. Sounds good. I have to rehearse the next tutorial. Have fun, Blue. Okay. The main stage, hotel and outdoors, the lobby, the merch hall. Where's community zone? Okay, it's through. So there's the lobby, and community zone is upstairs from the lobby. All right. Where do I like to go when I go to Gen Con? Let me think. Community zone sounds like the place where you go to, like, meet the individual, the businesses who are setting up and introducing you to things. Lobby, that's where you're entering and getting tickets. Main stage, that's where you watch people either putting on actual shows or presentations. Merch hall, that's where the vendors set up. And the hotel and outdoors. And always fun. Oh, there's a gazebo. I'm gonna go to... By the way, my head is blocking the thing that says it's day 1. Let's go to the main stage. Tricks to break the ice at cons. Submit a full panel so people actively ask you questions during the Q&A. You sit down to watch a panel on how to break the ice and make friends at cons. The panelist admits he has no idea. They hoped hosting a panel would force them into being more social. What an honest fella. On the Q&A, a group asks the panelists if they want to join them for some dinner and drinks. It did work! You gain 2 smarts for learning this cool trick to break ice. Next year, you may host a panel yourself. Okay, so plus 2 smarts. Now, prepare to completely forget what you just watched, because it's time for one of the biggest events of the con, a Q&A with world-class game dev, Hayato Kamada. Ooh. Hey, you two! Kamada's panel starts in 15 minutes. Tell him to get ready. You got it, boss. He'll be there. Everything's under control. No disasters in sight. Bleh. Crap. Shoot. Gosh, frickin' darn it, we're so fudged. We're fudged right to heck. Your commitment to family friendliness is admirable, Doug. Can someone tell me what's going on? Well, Owen and I were told to hang out with Hayato Kamada, make sure he came to the panel on time. And we did an excellent job. Con volunteering is just too easy. We were superior at hanging out with Hayato Kamada. Until we lost him, that is. You lost him? How? Let's see. First, we took him to the corn dog stands to get lunch. Then, one thing led to another. We bet him $20 he couldn't do a backflip. Best $20 I've ever spent. Then we had a spirited debate on whether or not the color red actually enrages bulls. We could not agree, so we sent him to find a bull to see if it was true. But apparently the only place you can find bulls in this city are zoos. Such is the absurdity of this modern era. It was fun. We got to look at lizards with the creator of Solid Lizard himself. I've never felt so alive. But somewhere between the reptile exhibit and the face-painting booth, we lost him. How does that even happen? It's not our fault. Celebrities are slippery. We were very excited about face painting. You only had to keep track of one guy! Liam, you don't get it. They painted my face like a tiger. Like a tiger! Can you imagine that? You'd better help them find Hayato Kamada before the panel starts. He's probably gone back to his game's roots, going full stealth mode. Look for boxes moving conspicuously. Compare notes with Kamada's stalker. Every celebrity's got a stalker that knows their every move. Okay. Well, in traditional Monster Prom, you want to use your best stats to solve problems. Compare notes with Stalker. I could see that being creative or smart. Gone back to his game's roots, go full stealth mode, look for boxes moving conspicuously. That sounds smart, and smarts is my best stat at the moment, so let's try that. Great idea! You all start looking for boxes. You lose precious minutes and find no Kamada. Okay. This is not working. Of course it isn't. It was an absurd idea. It's never stopped us before. None of you notice Hayato Kamada emerge from a nearby box, until he shoots Liam in the leg. Ah! My leg! I win. You win what? The most famous guy to ever shoot me award? No, I win at hide and seek. I was playing with Doug and Omen. Ah, yes. And I suggested we raise the stakes by betting that he could not shoot Liam in the leg before we found him. This is the best $40 I have ever spent. Right. Gosh, how did I forget about that? Do not berate yourself, Doug. Today was an eventful day, and being a volunteer is stressful. True, stress is the real stealthy killer, isn't it? Ha ha ha. No, it isn't! Maniacs hiding in boxes and shooting people in the leg is. This was awesome. Thanks for doing this with me. Lately, all my games are about carrying boxes. I forgot how fun it is to hide inside a box and shoot people. I'm so glad you had fun, Mr. Kamada. We can play again anytime you want. What? No! Come on, Liam, be a good sport. The panel is saved, and later you play more hide-and-seek without shooting Liam, so even he has fun. You gain +2 fun, but you lose -2 smarts. Wait a second. It's time for a new episode of Tutorials with Liam and Zoe. Yes, we realize we have explained the importance of managing stats, but we didn't cover how to manage them properly. You seem pretty chipper for someone who just got shot in the leg. Exactly. Stats can be managed in a number of ways, but let's cover the most important one. That'd be experiencing the sort of absurd and exciting adventures that usually take place once you visit a location. Let's call these experiences events for short. Normally during an event, you face a conflict you must solve by choosing between potential solutions. Options, if you will. What you choose will define you as a person. If you choose a smart option, you'll gain smarts. Yeah, if you choose to punch a bear, that'd be quite bold of you, so you'd gain boldness. But stats are also lost when choosing an option. Every path not taken is a stat lost. Which is to say, if you choose the smart option instead of punching the bear, then you'd gain smarts, but lose boldness. Just try not to punch a bear, okay? Okay, so in that last one, I guess that means that the option I picked was considered the fun one, looking in boxes. So, I gained fun, but I lost smarts because I didn't choose the option that was smart. Alright. Liam, let Blue punch a bear if that's who she is as a person. True. We can keep giving you tips later, yes? In the meantime, don't get yourself killed. Alright. So it feels like the main stage is the place to... Can I not go to the main stage anymore? I guess I can't. I'll swing by Community Zone. You have time to spare, so you decide to enter a Splash Kaboom speedrun competition. That is clearly a game of Othello, or maybe it's just Go. As you sit down and get ready to crush your rivals, you hear an announcement. The competition is over. You shouldn't have wasted all that time sitting down. Sign up for a slow run competition next time. Oh well, at least you had +2 fun sitting. You're playing a board game with April, Zoe, and Omen when you're suddenly cornered by 2 sharp-dressed women with clipboards. Hello, ladies and lady adjacents. Would you mind participating in a quick focus group? We'll give you free chips. Oh, we're kind of in the middle of something. Wait, Zoe. I am a lady adjacent who likes free chips. I would like to proceed. Great, so as gamer girls tell us, what would be your ideal gaming chair? Oh, something kawaii and pink, for sure. I like things that remind me of myself. I like you, April, but respectfully, your aesthetic can go suck eggs. I think the ideal chair would be smelted from the bloodied armor of fallen warriors, and also have good back support. Back support's important. I'd want a chair that's practical above all. Or wait, what about a Garfield-themed chair? Can I change my answer to Garfield-themed chair? Those are all completely different chair designs. Our company's trying to design a gaming chair that appeals to women. Can't you 3 agree on what women like? Here's a thought. Maybe our gaming chair preferences aren't informed by our gender? Gaming chairs not being defined by gender? That's intriguing. But we still need to arbitrarily divide our consumers to widen our offer. You have any ideas? Come on, you gotta earn those chips. You're not enthused about helping a big corporation, but there's free chips on the line, so invent a binary. People who think how you sit in chair says a lot about your personality, and normal people. Or people who trust chairs, and people who fear that any chair is secretly a wizard in disguise who wants to touch their butts. Ooh. People who trust chairs. Trust chairs versus fear chairs. Which is which? Smart, bold, creative, charm, fun. I'm gonna say that... Well, I'm not sure what the top one is. The bottom one feels like it might be... That might be creative. I mean, it's certainly inventive. This one might be bold because it's kind of dismissive. Let's see. What bearing could your preferred sitting position possibly have on your personality? Loads of bearing. These days, people love defining themselves with increasingly obscure categories. Yep, for example, I'm an Aries, an ENTP, and a wanted felon. Figuratively speaking, of course. I'm older than the stars, so technically I don't have a zodiac, but if I did, it'd be an Aquarius. I've always thought that! But why do people care about inconsequential categorizations? I guess in a world filled with insecurity and uncertainty, some people need arbitrary categories to cling to in order to avoid existential dread. No! Don't mention the existential dread. Now I gotta do a personality quiz just to forget. So, which categories do each of you fall under? How you sit says a lot about your personality, or normal? I'm gonna have to side with the normal people on this one. Not me. I'm a goober with a heart of gold, so I sit in chairs like this. Ta-da! That is charming. Nice, Zoe! I sit in a chair like this. Ah, you do the camp counselor giving a heartfelt chat to a student sit. Means I'm a cutie patootie with nothing to hide. Come on, just avoid thinking about the existential dread. Oh no, that's so sad. Honk. That somehow settles that. You gain +2 charm for reflecting on how people's personalities work, but you lose -2 smarts. Okay, so I'm getting dumber and dumber with every encounter. Okay, so I can't go to the main stage or community zone anymore. Merch hall, lobby. I want to see if I can check out this gazebo or maybe hit up a food truck. You're chilling in your hotel room, staring at the ceiling. When you've already memorized the ceiling, you decide to call for room service. Room service asks, "How can I help you?" You tell room service you memorized the ceiling because you were bored. It turns out room service loves your room ceiling. They've memorized it out of boredom too. You talk about it for hours. The conversation is enriching and it inspires you for any ceiling-themed creative project you may have in the future. You gain +2 creativity. Alright. Then you, Nico, and April head back to the hotel room to freshen up. Inside you find Doug cuddling with 4 creatures? Hey all, check out my new pets. Aren't they cutie patooties? Yes, they remind me of Tribbles, if Tribbles had no fur and were giant, scary void larvae. Huh, I guess cuteness really is subjective. Where do you get these things anyway? Strange old man was giving them away outside the convention center. Wow, how nice of him. Yeah, he said they make great pets as long as you follow the rules to take care of them properly. Oh no, it's gremlins. What are the rules? They're, crap, I should have written them down. I know he said that you must give them ice cream before midnight. Or maybe it was that you must not give them ice cream before midnight? Did you give them ice cream already? Yeah, I shared my ice cream with them while we watched a movie. I just couldn't say no to their cutie patootie faces. Well, if the options were feed them ice cream or don't, there's a 50-50 chance you got it right. That's basically a C+. Just then, the critters begin glowing and spinning cocoons around themselves. Uh-oh. The old man said if they enter their cocoon phase, we only have about 4 minutes to live. What? Ah, rats. Guess it's been nice knowing you all. Live long and prosper. More like live for 4 minutes and prosper, unless you can think of a way to stop these things from killing you all. Logic dictates that if ice cream turns them, you need to feed them hot soup to unturn them. That makes a certain amount of sense. Throw a surprise party. Nobody gets angry at their own surprise party. That sounds fun. Okay, so will this make my smarts drop down to 7? I'll risk it. I'll see if my stats can... No. Yeah, I'll risk it. Let's see if smarts go to 7. Oh yes, I love surprise parties. Bring on the balloons and cake. You decide to get the creatures an ice cream cake, since you've already messed up the no ice cream rule and you're craving some Rocky Road anyway. 4.5 minutes later, the creatures burst from their cocoons as horrible nightmare bugs. Surprise! Surprise! Ah! I mean, surprise! The bugs are screeching and zooming all over the room. They must have been really surprised. Get hyped, little dudes. This is your big day. We even hired you a clown. The grind is real. Is that a monkey? It's a monkey in a hat. Feels like a safety hazard for a balloon to be smoking a cigarette. April jumps on her unicycle and starts juggling. The bugs ignore her in favor of wriggling under the door and into the hallway. Geez, tough crowd. You peek outside to see the void bugs terrorizing the other guests. One of them tears a man's face off and gnaws straight into his skull. Aw, dang. They never got their ice cream cake. They sure get hangry when they wake up, don't they? Well, they might be murdering innocent people, but at least there's more ice cream cake for us. You all have a nice time eating ice cream cake behind your barricaded hotel door. You gain +2 fun for throwing a party, but lose -2 smarts. Yeah, called that one. Okay. Is it just taking me through all of... No, it's not. Okay, we have... Alright, from this I'm intuiting... Huh. Okay, so star... Heart. Second star... Smiley apostrophe? Something like that. Lobby. You decide to walk around the lobby, which is the most intimidating activity at the con for anyone who's not a social butterfly. Some random people ask you to take a pic of them. You're forced to push people around to actually move. You even say bless you to someone who sneezed. Look at you socializing. Have +2 boldness. Later, you're walking through the lobby with April, Zoe, and Liam, but it's quite busy this time. You're fighting just to stay together. Come on, gang, we can't get separated by the crowd. Let's hold hands for safety. Is that really necessary? If we get separated, we can just text each other and meet back up somewhere. Oh, Liam, you naive little newbie. Just trust me, you don't want to get separated at a con. You all hold hands, which is great, because that's second base for you. Yes, touching hands is second base. It's been a rough year, so you've adjusted your bases to reflect more realistic goals. Unfortunately, your hands are sweaty. Before you realize it, April's slipped from your grasp. Help! I thought I told everyone to stick together. April's too petite to fight through the crowd current. It's fine, Zoe. Look, she's just a few feet ahead. We'll rejoin her at the end of the room. No, this is bad. The current's gonna take her straight into the con chasm. Straight into the what? The con chasm. You know, the bottomless chasm cutting through the middle of the lobby? You really are a con newbie, huh? Why is there a bottomless chasm in the middle of the lobby? Who knows? Maybe someone just thought it'd be funny to have a bottomless chasm at a con, and now everybody does it on principle. You'd better save April if you ever want any of your friends to take you to third base. Prolonged eye contact. Do something! Perform a guitar solo so awesome that you gain the right to crowd surf. This way you can pull April out of the crowd riptide. That sounds creative, maybe bold. Also fun. It's too late for her. Just befriend a random congoer and make them the new April. It's what old April would have wanted, probably. Okay, not a terrible plan, but we need to find someone who resembles April in terms of humor, aesthetics, overall vibe. Or we could just grab this guy here. Hey fella, guess what? Your name is New April now. Welcome to our squad. What? But I have friends of my own. They're right over there. He looks... Okay, so I'm getting kind of like orc vibes because of the tusks. But he also looks very similar to Liam anyway. So is he just like a vampire with upside down fangs? New April points at a group of congoers waving goodbye. No, it's okay. You can keep him, they say. Well, looks like you're one of us now. Do you like operetta? That was a trick question. But by refusing to answer, you passed. I must say, I think I like the New April. Ooh. Awkward. take it you found a stranger to replace me? Don't worry, it's okay. I would have done the same if I were in your position. Ah, that's the old April we love so much. Thanks! I need to go to the bathroom real quick, though. Will you come with me, new April? Us Aprils gotta stick together. The Aprils go to the bathroom while you, Liam, and Zoe plan your next move. 5 minutes later, old April returns. Alone. I'm back! Ready to check out the merch hall? Where'd new April go? Who? New April! A good friend of 30 seconds. Did you really not see them leave, old April? I have no idea what you're talking about. Also, you should really stop calling me old April, since I'm the only April here. Honk honk. You're pretty sure new April has suffered some awful fate. But hey, at least you're back with the only April we love so much. You gain +2 charm for making new friends, and lose -2 creativity. Okay. Time to get some fresh air. Let's see what this heart is. Oh, okay. This is basically the cafeteria chairs from... This is the cafeteria chairs from the first game. You sit by yourself. That one has a smiley face. Don't know what that means. If this is like the original Monster Prom, it means you can theoretically up your relationship stats with one of the people here based on a decision. Or you could just do something at one of these to buff your normal stats. Let's go here. Meet the new characters. Hold it right there, champ. Unfortunately, this demo has nothing programmed for this map. We included it to show you some of the stuff that you'll find in the full game. Here in the food court, you'll be able to go on cute chibi dates, have intimate conversations, meet lots of other characters you can befriend, or even date. Sawyer, Miranda, Scott, Vera, Gerard, Kale. Call a friend. And even spend some time by yourself and reflect on stuff. Who will be your con love? None of them. All the while, you'll be pursuing a date for the big con after party. Will you find love? Or will you face ruthless rejection? But that's not all. The game has hundreds of narrative events and lots of secret endings for you to find. So are they leaning into Garfield with her because some of the internet decided to make Garfield an eldritch monster? A charming cast of NPCs. Now we've already met the leech and the mosquito. A shop full of mystery boxes. Zodiac Thirst Cosmic Office. Zodiac Thirst Cosmic Office includes a first selection of 6 out of the 12 star signs you can date on the acclaimed dating sim. These figurines are said to have non-slight effects on people's stats. Want to test your fortune? This item is for Red, Libra head of client relations. Average all your stats. Which adds some twists to your adventure if you dare. Punching harder. And let's not forget about the comic mechanic. What are the options you choose? If you were in a band, what would you name it? Twin Dolphins of Fire. Surgical eye removal. Have an impact on the end results. After they both managed to reveal their most niche fetish and painful detail, who would have predicted that Damien and Daravi would face each other at the tournament finals? Looks like today you'll get a taste of my secret technique, surgical eye removal. Rah! All that and so much trenchcoat panic. More. Ouch. You get the idea. This game is packed with stuff. Wonderful stuff. Oh, she looks bashful. Hope this got you excited for the full game, but let's go back to the second half of the demo. Okay. Day number 2. Alright. Well, we got some fresh air there. Stop right there! This is the Stat Police. We're here to test you on your stat knowledge. Just kidding, it's us, Zoe and Liam, renowned creators, verified hot people, knowledgeable tutorial dispensers. We thought we've been giving Blue all these exquisite tips on how to manage stats, but how easy is it to know which option ties to which stat? Yeah, some options will be easy to interpret, like how punching a bear feels like a very bold thing to do, but some will be more nuanced and it might be harder to tie them to a stat, which is why we've written all the specifics to every stat in a manual for you to check, which is not available in this demo. So even if an option might not feel tied to a specific stat or even more than one, you just gotta take your time. Try to analyze what's the biggest clue within the option, and which stat relates to that specific clue. Or you know what? Just ignore stats and choose whichever option feels more interesting to you. Live, fail, have fun. I must agree with Zoe here. Just try not to fail too much. Let's go play some DDR so I can see you fail too much. Let's go, but don't be surprised if you're disappointed. See you around, Blue. Okay, it's day 2. Where did I didn't go to the merch hall. Let's try that. Let me tell you about birds. Walking around the merch hall, you notice a stand full of retro toys. Hey, some of these you remember from your childhood. Actually, you remember all of them. Did this guy raid your parents' house? You buy them all, just in case. Ah, life was full of charm back then, before reality made you a cynic. You might be too old for these toys today, but you could still siphon +2 charm from their memories. You, Zoe, and Omen decide to visit Liam's Yowie art stand. Hopefully he offers a friends and family discount. The 3 of you find him motionless, staring wide-eyed at a piece of paper. He seems unnerved. Oh boy. I've got a... There's a chance this might push the rating boundaries of this... of this playthrough. Let's... How to handle this. Yeah, let's go there. Alright. Yes, it'll never get by me now. You good, buddy? Yes, I'm good. I might even be too good. Just doing some warm-up sketches, trying to capture men in the throes of glorious passion when I drew this. Oh no. Okay, yeah, I think I made the right choice. Alright, they're haggling over artwork. What should you do with Liam's phallic magnum opus? I'm going to draw some underwear on it. Wow. Have you met Omen? Ooh. Alright, let's focus. He's drawing frantically now. And now he's drawing Shrek. Okay, that's +2 creativity, -2 boldness. Alright. That was, I'll just hop back up here now. Yes. What did it say? Well, you'll just have to play this demo for yourself. I do recommend it. If you are of a mind. Let's see here. How to add loot boxes to your game. Don't! You attend a panel on how to seamlessly add loot boxes to games. The short answer is that you shouldn't. This turns out to be invaluable knowledge that makes you gain +2 smarts. Oh, I might just get back up to double digits. Pay 10 monster tokens to open a mystery box with a bonus random amount of smarts. JK. Later, Liam and Zoe are scheduled to give an interview about Zoe's massively viral fanfic, Liam Prom. Greetings, puny worms. I'm your favorite interviewer ever, the undefeatable Omen. Welcome to my show. Oh. I nudged the mouse button. Are you going to introduce us? Right, this is Zoe and Liam. You may applaud for them. Okay, that's enough. So, Zoe, this thing you're writing, what is it again? Some kind of anatomy textbook? Well, Liam's anatomy is prominently featured in my work, if you know what I mean. But no, Liam Prom is a story about Liam Academy, a school where everyone is Liam. The Liams only have 3 weeks to find the perfect Liam to take to prom. Hijinks ensue. And this Liam Academy is fictional? Yes. Thank God. What's that supposed to mean? Huh? Sorry, I would not have phrased it that way if I knew you were here. You forgot I was at my own interview? What do you mean, your interview? It was I who beat up the original interviewer, and therefore earned the right to use this panel slot as I saw fit. Wait, this interview wasn't scheduled by the con? Are you gonna ask us a question or not? If I must. How many gallons of heavy cream can you consume in one sitting? Question about the fanfiction, Omen. The rest of Omen's questions aren't much better, so when the audience Q&A starts, you know it's up to you to save this. Liam, do you think agreeing to let Zoe write a fanfiction where all characters are you was an act of intense egotism, or a total deconstruction of your ego? Liam, if all the Liams represent different aspects of yourself, which Liam represents your butt? Ooh. We're getting into the serious questions here. Which one? That top one sounds like the smart answer. The bottom one sounds like... fun? Creativity, maybe? I'm gonna see if I can boost my smarts a little. Great question. You see, Liam Prom offers the only death I can experience. The ego death. Allow me to explain this as briefly as I can. 20 straight minutes of what we all know as Liam noises later. I gotta stop you there. You see, I tend to tune out the moment you start with the Liam noises. Zoe, could you share your own thoughts on the matter, but please try to make them interesting? Of course. I'd say the whole concept of Liam Prom is the ultimate Liam ego trip. It even gives him a platform to make Liam noises in public for 20 minutes. Loud, upset Liam noises. Shh, buddy, it's okay. Who cares anyway? You deserve the Liam Prom ego boost. I mean, you get overshadowed by our more charismatic friends in real life enough as it is. Yes, Wait, what? But not anymore. I say this is the year of Liam. Liam here, Liam there, Liam everywhere. Everyone will love Liam, even if he was... No, even if he is a worm. A worm? Yeah, Worm Liam. I just whipped that character up last night. What do you say, audience? You want to meet Worm Liam? Okay, I admit he's got a certain charm. It's just... Now every time I see real Liam, I'm just going to be disappointed that he isn't a worm. Everyone gives Worm Liam the standing ovation he deserves. You gain +2 smarts and lose -2 fun for asking such a deep question. Okay. Alright, let's go to lobby time again. I want to see this outfit. Is this... Okay, now, clearly it's not a specific thing. But I'm trying to see all of the references in it. I'm getting... There's some Harley Quinn in there, there's some Sailor Moon in there. There's... maybe a little Megumin in there? Probably some stuff that I'm not getting. Walking around the lobby, you see a kid tripping over and scratching his knees. Stupid kids, when will they learn? Still, you decide to take pity on him. You don't know how to comfort a child, so you just pat his head and say, "You have no enemies." You leave, proud of your words of wisdom. He doesn't stop crying, but you gain +2 boldness for how cool you looked inside your head. You're with April, when she does a meet and greet in the lobby, when Nico and Omen suddenly come running over. April, what are you doing? Spending time with my most favoritist fans who paid $99.95 for the VIP April's Biggest Fools experience. Why do you ask? Because from a distance we thought this was an angry mob. We rushed over here to kill everyone. Well, it's not an angry mob. Thanks for checking though. Bye now. But what if it was? You should have bodyguards to keep you safe. And with my axe and Omen's homicidal tendencies, we'd be perfect for the job. No, thanks. I can take care of myself. April, you had dinner with the president. Someone as famous as you needs to be kept safe. I've told you already, Nico. I've never had dinner with the president. Now please let me interact with my fans. Okay, who's next in line for a photo? Nice to meet you, sweetie. Say cheese. Jeez. Aw, is that a jackalope? Wait, April, what if this fan came here to murder you? I think there's a 20 to 60% chance of that. You're making those numbers up. Oh, sweet April, all numbers are made up. You know what's very real? People who want to murder people who have dinner with the president. Omen, grab your weapon. Nico and Omen won't be easily dissuaded. Show them that this fan is harmless before they shatter April's reputation or someone's skull. Do your best fly impersonation and buzz in the fan's ear all day. She'll either punch you eventually, or otherwise prove that she wouldn't hurt a fly. Suggest that April fight the fan in one-on-one combat. If April wins, the fan clearly poses no threat to her. Yes. What? In 5 minutes, you, Nico, and Omen have arranged the crowd in a wide circle to watch April and her fan fight. I just want to reassure you all that I do not want to beat any of you up. This is all just for safety or something. Honk honk. Actually, April, fans have been asking us when it's their turn to get beaten up. They're willing to pay for the experience? Perhaps we should be taking wagers. I thought this was just about proving that this fan isn't posing a danger to me. Life is ever evolving, April. This started as a safety measure, but now it's a PR stunt too. Fine, as long as I get a 75% cut of any and all bets made in my name. I'm sorry about this. Don't be. Could you call me a naughty little girl when you're beating the crap out of me? April throws a wicked punch that knocks the fan to the floor. Ow! Close enough. See? Now we know she didn't pose a threat to you. We just ensured your safety. By making me fight someone? The ways of bodyguarding are inscrutable, April. Who's next in the pit? I want to see some blood. April puts an end to this PR nightmare, though she does appreciate how much money the betting pool earned her. Take +2 boldness and -2 creativity. You know, in another game, I probably would have gotten +2 money from this. In Monster Prom 1 or 3. And I'll head outdoors again. You're chilling in your hotel room when suddenly a man dressed as a rat breaks in. He runs around while yelling, "I'm the rat! I'm the rat! Look at me! The rat!" And then he leaves as confusingly as he came. You call reception to complain. Yes, that. It happens sometimes. Apologies, ma'am. We can compensate you with +2 creativity. You'll take it. Afterward, you, Nico, Liam, and Zoe are sitting by the food trucks eating corn dogs. Darn it, I got a hot dog again. What do you mean? Well, you know how every corn dog has a 50-50 chance of having either a hot dog or a corn cob inside? For some reason, I always get a hot dog. What? That's not how corn dogs work at all. True, it's not exactly a 50-50 chance, because there's also a super slight chance, like a 1 in a million chance that you get a corn dog genie, but you know what I mean. I don't think I do. I mean, it kind of makes sense. It is called a corn dog. It's called that because it's covered in cornbread. No, I'm telling you, it's the 50-50 thing. Except it's an unfair 50-50 because I never get a corn cob, which some might say is evidence that there's no such thing as a corn cob corn dog. Or that Nico's just very unlucky. Am I the only reasonable person here? I don't need someone reasonable. I just need someone comforting. Thanks, Zoe. This conversation is interrupted by you taking a bite of your corn dog and getting a mouthful of magic smoke instead. A corn dog genie appears. It's the corn dog genie, the one I was just telling you about. Congratulations, Blue. You get one wish before I return to my cozy, breaded home. What will it be? Wish to know why you never get a corn cob when you eat corn dogs. Wish for what everybody wants. A beach episode. Let me think. Why you never get a corn cob when you eat corn dogs. I would like to know that. Knowledge feels smart. Yeah. Well, corn cobs are inherently harder to get. You have a 50-50 chance of getting one, but it's the harder of the two 50s. That makes sense. When something's 50-50, there's always one 50 you get more often than the other. Exactly. That's how probability works. Then if everyone keeps getting hot dogs, At some point, corn cobs will have to become more common, and the era of corn cob corn dogs will begin. You're right. I can't wait for that day. There's only one way to get there. We have to eat as many hot dog corn dogs as we can to balance the scales. I'll do my part. Get me 4 more corn dogs. On the double. You eat all your corn dogs, enjoying the present and dreaming of the future. Later that day, an unexpected duo meets at the beach during sunset. Liam and the corn dog genie are sitting in the sand, watching the waves crash ashore. You lied to Nico, old friend. There's no such thing as a corn cob corn dog. I know, but sometimes a beautiful lie is better than an ugly truth. Now I must pass the baton to you. Promise me you'll look after Nico. This world is a bleak place. Make sure they never lose their innocence and whimsy, of course. But keep in mind that technically you still owe us a wish. All's well that ends well. You gain +2 smarts, but lose -2 fun. Okay. You've reached the end of the demo. Did you like it? You can tell us about it in our official Discord server or on social media. We're at BTF Glitch on IG and TikTok, and both at BTF Glitch and Monster Prom on Twitter. Once again, if you want more of these sexy monsters, consider buying or wishlisting the full game. You can be sure it's brimming with our signature weirdness. Again, thanks for your support, and thanks for playing. See you at the con. Alright. I have already wishlisted the game, so there's no need to wishlist it again. But anyway, that's the demo for Monster Con. And, well, as I promised at the start, it did get a little spicier than I usually go here, but I think that was also a good example of the kind of spiciness it gets, because, like, it's not something that's like out to be overtly too much for anything. It's just it's just goofy. It's kind of like what Tom and Jerry is to violence, but for, you know, the teen sex comedy genre. The difference being that while I don't care for those movies, I care for this game series. And I care that you had a good time watching it. So, I'll see you next time I play something. Bye, everybody.